Now let me go to the wireframing to explain this user flow in a little visual manner. Product managers can actually go about doing simple wireframes which can convey the feature idea and vision to the UX design partner. In our case, I have done the simple wireframes for us to understand the feature better and be on the same page for the rest of our exercise. Now, if you see, when we discussed that user tapped on Trello and the Trello app launched and then they saw small notification in the Trello header, we are talking about this notification, and this icon that we are trying to show here is the collections icon. So on the collections icon, there is a notification. When the user clicks on this notification, then the collections widget opens up, and then there are three sections: conversations, notifications, and action items. The number 7 indicates how many unread items are there, and each of these sections also there is a number indicating how many unread items are there in each of these sections. The unread items are shown in a little bolder format and the read items are shown in a grayed out format. There's an option to mark it as read, or click on this to go to the further details of a chatting kind of a window. Similarly, in case of notifications, we go to the notification section. The unread ones are shown in little bold manner. The red ones are little grayed out and muted. And there are actions available that you can start a conversation, you can flag it as an action item, or you can mark it as a read. If you notice, in each of these, there is a small title which elaborates like what the notification or the conversation or the action item is all about, and then there is context clearly shown that which board does it belong to and which task card does it belong to. In case of the action items, it is fairly simple. There are action items which needs to be done, and then there are action items which are already done. The action items which are already done are grayed out and muted with this check indication. You can simply check on an action item to mark it as done, or you can remove it or start a conversation out of it. So the product narrative and wireframe ideas are consumed by UX designers to create high fidelity screens, mocks, which is ultimately put into prototyping tools like InVision for the click-through prototype, which is also sometimes called as prototype. These prototypes are further used for user testing. User testing is done to test the usefulness and usability of designed feature. Product development is a costly activity, and product managers do user testing to ensure that they are right about the feature that they are going to build. Prototyping and user testing in an iterative manner for at least couple of rounds helps a lot in this regard. User testing can be of three types: moderated, unmoderated, and guerrilla testing. In moderated user testing, user groups are recruited into usability labs and briefed about the objective of the study that they are going to participate. Then they're provided with necessary context and are asked to perform certain tasks on the prototype. Users are asked to share their reactions, speak out their feedback, ask questions, and share concerns. Moderators typically capture these and also note the user's body language, which can also provide a lot of insights while drawing inferences out of these tests. Unmoderated user testing is offline and, as the name suggests, not moderated. Users are provided with the context scenario, the prototype, and the tasks that they need to perform. Users test the prototype at their own convenience and share the feedback, and in most cases, they share the recorded sessions as well. Guerrilla testing is more informal, where user researchers take the prototype out and meet several users informally, say over a cup of coffee, and ask them to test prototype and share feedback. Of course, in our role play, we have to skip these activities. Let's move further. Say that our feature is now finalized and we have elaborated a detailed product requirements document with all functional and non-functional requirements. Now this, to go into the product backlog, we have to break it down into stories, right? I have done just that. I have broken the feature requirement down to a story map here. Now if you look at the story map, I have broken the entire feature requirement into 6 feature epics: collections framework, collections listing, conversations, notifications, action items, and search. In the collections framework, I have kind of put all the technical stories like collection system architecture definition, backend infrastructure setup, header integration, UI framework development, and in case of collections listing, it is all about setting up the necessary framework and infrastructure for aggregating the content and reading the context out, and then curating the list and displaying the count of the list. In conversations, we have conversations metadata framework, conversations listing, the chat framework, chat details listing, and then conversation actions like mark as read, tagging people, tagging boards, tagging task cards, and all. Similarly, for notifications, we have the metadata framework, notifications listing, the notification actions such as mark as read, flag as action item, or convert it to a conversation. Same for action items, and in case of search, we have search integration, search notifications, search conversation, search action items, search aggregation listing, and sorting of search results. So with this, we have completed our product discovery and we are ready with the product backlog that will go into product engineering or product delivery.